GPT-6 is on its way, like GPT-5, but their launch has been an absolute shambles. And they have admitted that. They've said, yeah, we dropped the ball. I think he said, we screwed up, was what Sam Altman said, we screwed up. So I think they are trying to move people away from that as quickly as possible. And the easiest way for them to do so is to talk about GPT-6 and to start the next hype cycle. He's also said the time gap between GPT-5 and 6 is going to be less than between 4 and 5. GPT-4 came out in March 2023. We are 2025, so 2.5 years between GPT-4 and GPT-5. So he said it's going to be less than that. So we'll see. I think focusing on memory is a really good idea. One of the killer features of the current ChatGPT is its persistent memory. The fact that it remembers things about you. Gemini just added it last week. They're behind the curve. And Claude have added a form of it, but you need to specifically say, go back and get that memory, stunted version, because it requires you to remember for the AI and tell it to get it. I don't think that's a very good implementation. I'm sure they will add something, because giving it a persistent memory makes the AI super sticky. It makes you want to continue to use that particular AI. I used to use Claude for everything. I'm using ChatGPT more now because of this persistent memory, and it knows my preferences. Focusing on that for GPT-6 is a good idea, and increasing the context window so it can learn more is a no-brainer. This happens with every model. The context window will continue to go up. The reason I think this is a clever move is because the launch of GPT-5 showed that people care about the personality. It was less about intelligence and more about how people felt interacting with GPT. Some people thought GPT-4 was too agreeable. Some people enjoyed 4.0's softness, the agreeableness, basically, the ability to have a conversation like a human. And there was a big divide between those people. With increased memory, that means increased personalization, because the more it knows about you, the more it's able to adapt how you like to converse with your AI. And I think that's important, especially on the consumer level. It's not just about the raw intelligence of the model. Increasingly, it's how we feel when we use a particular model. And I think the GPT-5 launch has taught OpenAI that this is now an emotive thing. This is not just about intelligence. This is about emotion, how we feel. Our emotions about the user experience, the user interface, etc., are becoming more important than the raw output, than the raw intelligence.